Hey guys, and welcome back once again to Breath of Fire 3. When we last left off, I was missing like maybe one part, and I think this is it. So I'm gonna go see if this is all I'm missing. Let's see, I don't even see that part on the... Yeah, whatever, it'll be fine. Let's go try and give that to Momo. Momo! Ooh, excuse me. Momo, I have a part for you. This game has some of the most frustrating sequences in it of any game I've ever played, and yet I still love it. Uh-oh. Damn! No! Okay, fine. Fine. Fine! I will go look for more. This part's frustrating. The tidal caves is frustrating. The Desert of Death is infinitely frustrating, but we'll get to that later. Especially if you're not using an FAQ. So frustrating. Let's see, gentlemen. Let's see. Anybody want a dog? Because I'm thinking of getting rid of mine. Because he won't shut up. Nah. My dogs couldn't live anywhere else. They are too spoiled. They're spoilt. Spoilt rotten. Well, I guess the only place left is in here. Let's see, I got the one here on this wall. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Owie. Ow! It's like a super ow there. That hurt. Damn you. You suck. Let's look down this way once more. It's locked. Of course it is. Alright, so there's nothing down this way. Oh, in case you didn't learn Frost Strike from Patrio, you can learn it from the bolts. Just putting that out there for you. You can learn it from them. In case you didn't learn it from Patrio. I just like to get it from Patrio, so I have it, like, for, the volcano. Because it comes in handy in the volcano. Okay. Alright, now... Nothing there. Nope, nothing there. I don't see anything there. I hate this part of the game. It's so frustrating. Because, like, if you can't find one of them, it's just really hard to pin down and figure out which one you're missing. Okay, put that down. Alright, I don't see any more parts here. But double checking everything, well, ain't gonna hurt nothing. Oh, there we go. Is that it? I think that's it. It'd be great if she would tell you instead of like draw you. Like, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but I'd rather her just tell me what part she needs. I need one more part H. Would be so much more useful than what she actually does, which is, of course, draw you a picture. I knew they casted Jolt. Damn it. Alright. And I looked, and you can learn Thunderclap from enemies later on. So I'll learn it from them. Alright, let's give this to Momo. First time I ever got a substantial amount in this game. This was before I bought the Player's Guide. So this would be my first copy of the game. Like I said, this is my third copy I've owned. First copy was destroyed by a cousin of mine, and I don't know. I always grew up real poor. Growing up, I had to pay for my own video games. My mother would not pay for them. Even on my birthday, she would not buy me any video games. She would give me money. She'd say, well, here's $50. You can go spend it however you want. And, you know, I would go buy a video game with that sometimes. Or whatever I wanted to buy. Anyway, so I got, like, video games once a year on my birthday. And he, you know, we were somewhere and he came and he ran out and he did a flying elbow drop on the bed as I was switching games out of the PlayStation. And he destroyed my poor little... Yay! Destroyed my poor little disc, and then he just kind of didn't care. He was like, oh, well, you know, it's just... I was like, but no! Didn't apologize or anything. I always kind of held a grudge against him about that. Especially since, you know, he was that... You always have that one relative who gets everything they want. You know, new game system comes out. They have it on the launch day. Kind of thing, you know? Growing up, he had four-wheelers or quad bikes, depending on what part of the world you live in. They call them quad bikes. Down here, we call them four-wheelers. You know, he had four-wheelers. He had... His parents paid for a him to have all the best paintball gear so he could play paintball, something I wanted to do but never had enough money to do. I don't know. That's me ranting, and I'm sorry. I just kind of held a small grudge about that all these years. Second copy of the game I had was stolen. And this copy of the game I bought at a small store about 5 years ago. It was a small store in a town about 30 minutes away. The name of the store is called Game Exchange. It's kind of like a knockoff GameStop, except it's like what GameStop would be if GameStop wasn't all like corporate shills. It's full of video games dating back to... I could go in there and buy Atari games. And in Atari, they have Super Nintendos, they have NESs. Okay, let's go do what Bade said. Yeah, it's shaking an awful lot, doesn't it? Yes, Momo, you were awesome. Hey, Pico. Black ship. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? I sure don't. That's a lie. I actually know. Whoa, really? Or can it? It appears to be navigating just fine. Wonder what made it decide to come to the Middle Sea. Anyway, now we have a boat. Sort of. It's the most useless boat ever. There's, you know, like in Breath of Fire 2, you know, you get the whale. But the world is big enough to... The world in this game is not big enough to support a boat. Of course, the same thing with Breath of Fire 4. But the boat in Breath of Fire 4 is more of a mini game than anything else. Yeah, Zig, you're not so bad. I don't know, he's kind of lovable, that big old lug. Oh, cool. Thanks. Now, if you go onto the boat, if you're on water, you can actually camp. You can't get into battles, but you can camp. And while you're camped, of course, you know, it's just like, you know, this. Let's shove off. Now, the next couple of sequences are actually not very combat heavy. In fact, it's more a lot of running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, getting a lot of little things for people. This is pretty much the fetch part of the game. Okay then, let's go do that. Yeah, pretty much. Momo's down here. Well, Momo's for it. Gar's for it. Ray's in a why the hell not, but I don't think we'll do it mood. And of course, Nina. Is being dreamy like she normally does. Alright, and you, by the way, you can save. And sleep in the beds if you want. To the outer sea. Hell, we don't do anything half-assed. Cool, let's go. Well, that's certainly true. And of course, now we can drive the boat. Now, the way the boat works is you just forward. Standard Resident Evil tank controls. Up makes you go forward. Left turns you left. Right turns you right. Back makes you back up. No matter what direction you're facing, forward will make you go forward. See, now I'm pushing forward now. Pushing up, up. You push up, it makes you go. Yeah. Anyway. You hit O, and you dash! The engine bar gets all the way red. You overheat. And there's a couple places you could go. You could go to Parch, which is a town. Not really much you can do right this second, and that kid looks way too pleased with himself for catching a bug. Now, there's a couple of reasons to come here. One of them is they have a really good weapon shop, which is, I think, over here. Yeah, there it is. Alright, well, first let's see what they got. Now, the Amber B plate is Pico's best chess piece. So, just to let you know. Now, only person I really want to equip is Ryu. Since, you know, he kind of sits in my front row and gets hit a lot. But we have... I'll keep that main armor. And no, I'll sell it. They have a really good weapon shop. You could stop and buy. Like I said, the amber breastplate is Pico's best chess piece. Can't really get better than that for him. He doesn't have a whole lot of armor choices as it is anyway. Anyway, you can go to Rafala, dock. Oh, by the way, when you're dashing, you can't turn. It's a straight line deal. Anyway, next time on Breath of Fire 3, we're going to go check out the Inner Sea. I'll see you later. Well, the Outer Sea, excuse me.